Hey everybody, Fletcher Stump here. Welcome back to Radioactive Inc. and to the ever lovely series simply known as What You Need to Hear. Now, everybody has been asking for this. They've been wanting to see something come back, so I've been kind of biding my time, waiting on something, good to pop up and, be worthy of actually talking about. And lo and behold, you wait long enough and you give it enough time and a fish is gonna jump in the boat, and oh boy was this a big one. Okay, so if you've been around social media and on the news and everything, then you know about the bombs that got sent through the mail to Hillary and Obama. Now, of course, there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of whole other things, a lot of finger pointing, all this and that, and, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Herein lies a lot of the problems that come along with that. So, mainly, number one, if some outside person sent a bomb to them, everybody knows that they have their mail screened every day for this exact reason. So, knowing this information, why would somebody even try it? You get nowhere with it at all. Number two, they are guarded 24/7 for this exact reason. So again, why even try? There's just no point. Now, a lot of stuff, it raised a lot of red flags. Like, number one, of course, them receiving it in the first place. That threw up just red flag, automatic. Number two would be that, okay, so if you've ever sent out, like, anything that required a multitude of stamps, or if you've got anything that required a good deal of stamps, then you know that upon receiving this, over the stamps is an ink stamp from the post office, and basically what that says is that these stamps have been used and they are now void and you can't use them again. So that just basically says the post office received it, they understand that the stamps have now been used, they stamp it to say that they got it, and they send it back out to wherever it is it's going. And that's pretty much how that works. They had none of that. They had absolutely none of that. So, remind me how it got to you in the first place? There's no, that's a pretty big issue there. The post office doesn't just skip that. More importantly, mail, due to, like, the whole anthrax scare and everything like that, then most people know that mail does go through a couple of different screening processes, like one, to check for anything biological, because people sending anthrax through the mail and everything like that, and that whole spiel. And another one is to check for anything that has a explosive residue signature, so again that this crap doesn't happen, and so on and so forth, with a couple of different tests just like that. And a lot of the stuff was spelled wrong. So yeah, that's a pretty big one, because I'm pretty sure if somebody was really trying here, they would have taken time to make sure that they spelled everything correctly. Now, of course, you have the left sitting there throwing the pointing the blame over at the right. And it's like, neither one of them is smart enough to accomplish this. Neither party is smart enough. And here's the main thing. Here's like the main focus of what this episode is. They are brainwashing you on a major scale. Because as everybody is focused on this, nobody is able to see what it is that they're doing that they don't want you to see. Can I help you? This is what I deal with now. You want to say hi? Come on, say hi. Say hello. My name is Hella. I'm a pain in the ass. Go. They are brainwashing on a major scale. Now, here's the easiest form of brainwashing that this country has done forever. Picking a political party. That is the easiest way to just screw with your head immensely. And this is the reason why. Because as you are sitting there arguing at each other, you're not seeing what's going on behind you. And that's the important thing here, is that this is how they get away with shit, is because everybody is so warped on these views that don't even matter. Half of this stuff doesn't even matter. They get everybody so worked up over gun control, meanwhile they're sitting around there screwing with the, country's budget for God knows the hell what. They have people sitting there talking about the feminists that are just going way off the rail, and, meanwhile they're sitting there playing political tic-tac-toe, moving pieces around, and nobody ever pays attention to this stuff. They use media, they use, Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth, to keep everyone distracted on a major scale. And this is how easy it is to brainwash people these days, because everything is so accessible and right at your damn fingertips. It's just a click of a button. That's all it is. You sit down, done. Information right there at your fingertips, but none of it matters. The fact is that I guarantee if everybody stopped watching the news for a week, and you stop clicking on news articles from like Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff, if you stop that for a week, they would honestly panic and fall apart. I believe they would honestly just fall apart right at the seams, because they can't sit there and pit you against each other anymore. And this is how it works. And the thing is like, of course, the Democrats are going to sit there, oh, well, this is Trump, and if there is brainwashing, then it's coming from the Republicans, and it's the right, and it's Trump, and blah, blah, blah. He actually has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with any of that. Because as much of a dick as he might be, I have never seen anybody more straightforward. There is no hidden agenda. There is no, shit going on behind the scenes that you don't fucking know about, because everybody's got their eyes on him. He's in the public view so goddamn much, it is unbelievable. There has never been a more straightforward president. Like, Lord only knows what'll happen come the next election and whatever, but, I mean, at the moment, I think we're doing pretty damn good. I mean, yeah, I don't like the guy, but I think he's doing a pretty good job for the most part. And I guarantee there's going to be people flipping out on me for that one. I can't believe that you think that, and if you want them, then blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that if you would actually sit down and have a serious, calm, rationalized conversation with somebody that you disagree with, you would honestly be amazed what happens. You would learn so much from each other, it would honestly make your brains explode. And that's the problem. We don't just talk anymore. That's one of the problems. There is no just talking anymore. We don't do that. We just sit there and throw up arms and get pissy with each other and, all of this and that. And why do we do it? Because the media tells us that something's wrong with the other side. They've gone crazy. They hate everybody. It's an anarchy. They're out to destroy us. They want your guns. They want your rights. They want to tell you what you can and can't do with your own body. But sit down and have a conversation, a nice, normal, rational conversation with somebody that you don't agree with. And actually take time to listen, and I mean really listen to what they say. And then take time to calmly and rationally explain your side and your views and they will listen, and you two will learn so much from each other, and you will find a healthy middle ground to stand on. These are the incredible things that can happen when you're not constantly falling for this brainwashing propaganda bullshit that they sit there and flash in front of your face nonstop. And here's one of the main things. I absolutely love the people at PragerU. I love the PragerU videos. I honestly do. Every time I see one, I'm always in a better mood because they teach me things that I didn't know. And one of the best things of it is that they're not driven by a political party. They're driven by facts. That's all it is. They are driven by solid, hardcore facts, undeniable facts. And you could sit there and say all that you want about them, but at the end of the day, they're right. Now, the one thing I don't care for when it comes to PragerU is that they're not as straightforward as I am. Because I'm going to tell you exactly the things that you don't want to hear, but it needs to be said, and you fucking need to hear it, and that's why this series is here. It's called What You Need to Hear, not I'm going to cater to your precious feelings. So, and that's just the one thing that I don't ultimately care for, is that they're not directing it, they're just kind of laying the information out. It's like a buffet. Take a little here, take a little there, and by the time you get to the end of the buffet, your plate is full, and you can eat. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to throw it right in your face and cram it down your throat, whether you want it or not. Because that's just who I am, that is what I do, that is honestly what I have always believed in, is that information above all. Meaning, the info is there, take it, learn from it, become a better person, and use it for the betterment of everyone else. I have more goddamn random information than one person should really have. And you know what I do with it? I give it to other people. I tell them all this random information. Why? Because you never know. You don't honestly know who's going to be able to use what at what any given time in their lives. For all you know, for all I know, I could have told somebody a random piece of information and that shit's going to pop up on Jeopardy. And they're going to win because of it. So, but seriously, don't sit here and buy in to everything that they're throwing up on social medias and on the news and this and that. Take the time to actually examine things yourself. Break this brainwashing hold that they have over you. Stop getting angry at people that you disagree with. Actually have a conversation with them and learn something from each other. Don't sit there and pander to this crap that they shovel in your mouth. It's mind-boggling. It really is, and I just can't understand why people are feeding into this so much. There's nobody who really stands on the mid-ground like I do. It's either they're solid Democrat or they're solid Republican. And don't get me wrong, like I have friends who are Republican, I have friends who are Democrat, and I can always get them to meet me in the mid-ground on things. Always. I don't think I've had a conversation with any of them where we both walked away seriously pissed off because we couldn't find a middle ground. No, there is always a middle ground that you can stand on with somebody. Every time, no matter who it is. I guarantee it. So please, for the love of God, research things before you go posting a whole bunch of crap anywhere. Please, for the love of God, research. Take time, have a conversation, learn some things, do the research. And hell, if you want somebody to talk to about this stuff and have a nice, normal, rational conversation, fuck it, send me a message. I'll have a chat with you. I won't swear at you. At least I'll try not to, because swearing's kind of what I do. I don't really think I've had much of a conversation these days where I didn't swear at least 10 times. But it's not going to be directed at you, it's just going to be for emphasis on things. But yeah, you want to have a conversation about some stuff and get some information and whatnot. You want to tell me your viewpoints, I'll tell you mine. We will have a conversation. I guarantee you by the end of it, you will leave feeling a better person. I can guarantee it. But seriously, Take time, talk, and learn. And this series is coming back in full swing. So get ready for it, because there is more to come. So until then, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed. I'm Fletcher Stump with Radioactive Inc. This has been What You Need to Hear, and I am signing off.
Singularity. Hands up and give me what I need. Hands up and find out what it means. Bring back the reason why you're here for.